book besties, welcome to my very first vlog. Can you believe it? I want to start off by showing you what books I'm going to be reading this month, and I'm actually quite happy with the selection that we've got. I've picked these out in another video. I've got When Gavin Met Stacey, The Conditions of Will, The Last Letter. I'm really scared about this one. I don't know whether to read this one or just get it over and done with. Don't Fall in Love with Me, Dear Debbie, What If I Never Get Over You, Game Changer. So excited about this series because I've got, if I can find it behind me, Heated Rivalry. And I've just started watching the series, the Heated Rivalry, and obviously this is the first book in the series, so got The Long Game. I'm pretty sure this is the 6th book, is it? I think the 7th book is out later this year. There's an actual reason why I've only got 3, because I bought Heated Rivalry and The Long Game thinking it was a 2-book series until I got home and looked them up and realised that no, there's a lot more books in the series. So I thought I better get Game Changer because it's the first book in the series, and at least I've got 1 and 2, and I've got a few more to get to this one. It's fine. If you watch my first video, you will see that I have 263 unread books. Questioning my life choices right now. I have decided for the 100th time I'm going to put myself on a book buying ban. I have to read those books I have currently before I'm allowed to buy any more new books. Doesn't count for pre-orders because I've already got loads of pre-orders. So I thought it'd be really fun, or not so fun, to make a jar with like loads of different prompts in them, and if I go back on my word and I buy any new books that's not a pre-order, then I've got to draw out a prompt card, and whatever it says, I've got to do it. I'm regretting saying that. So, for example, I might put things in there like, if I buy a book, I need to read like 100 pages. Or if I buy a book, 1 book in, 3 books out, kind of thing. So that kind of thing. So it's to try and deter me from not buying these books because I have a problem. And it doesn't help. It's not an excuse. It doesn't help the fact that I've got ADHD and my obsession is buying books. And I'm very impulsive. If I see a pretty book, I'm like, I need it. So that's not helping at all. A recent buy. Don't really know much about the story. I read the blurb, obviously. Don't really know much about it. But I was like, that's pretty. I need to own it. Do you though? Do you? So that is what I'm thinking about doing. If you guys have some prompts, then I would love to hear them. So put them in the comments. I'm not sure whether I'm just punishing myself here, but I need a penalty for buying books because I can't stop. I literally cannot stop. Hence the reason why I've got 263 unread books. Right, so actually into the video. I am starting the month with When Gavin Met Stacey. Right, so I actually started this yesterday, so that would have been the 30th of April. Currently, I am on page 37. So far, it has been quite a good little read. I'm curious to know what else is in here. I love the show. Absolutely love the show. I know every episode. So far, I'm on chapter 1, so the chapters do seem quite long, but the writing, as you can see, is quite fairly big. It shouldn't take too long to get through this, but I'm a couple of pages away from chapter 2, I believe, so it's not far away. And there is only 314 pages with the writing being quite big. Really, really, really looking forward to finding out what else is in here. But when the characters come up and there is like certain lines in the book, I don't want to say too much because I don't want to spoil it for the people who do want to read it. So when it comes up with the characters in the book and it comes up with certain lines, I can't not hear it in their accent, and I can't hear it exactly how that character would say it, which is quite fun. I'm only in chapter 1 and it's already making me laugh, so I absolutely adore the show, and this is going to be quite fun to read. I am thinking that I might like to do like an hour reading, maybe on a Sunday. I don't know. Can we appreciate how gorgeous this bedding looks? Got this from Argos. I just wanted to show you what it looked like. So I just got to chapter 3 and I'm enjoying this so far. So I'm quite curious to find out what's in the rest of it. I am going to stop now because I need to do a bit of editing. So. Thought it was time to update you all. Actually finished When Gavin Met Stacey. I finished it not too long ago. I think I read about 3 or 4 chapters, I think. Then I listened to the rest on Audible because I went for a walk and I came home, did cooking and some cleaning, so it was just easy to listen to an Audible whilst I was doing that, so I decided to listen to it, the rest of it on Audible, so I finished it not too long ago. The one thing that confused me about that, James and Ruth, they did narrate it, which I loved, but some of it didn't match what was in the book. So I was following along with the book at some point, and when I did, some of the words weren't matching, so that really confused me. Really confused me. So I just decided to stop reading with the book and just listen to it instead. On the whole, though, I actually quite enjoyed this. It was funny, and the fact that James and Ruth both narrated it made it even better, in my opinion. It was great to listen to. It was like listening to a podcast. That's what it felt like to me. It was funny, they were funny, and I would actually recommend, if you can, to listen to it, then read it, then read the actual book, because you got to hear Ruth, talking like Nessa, which was immense. See what I did there? I swear she said immense. It was tidy. So I would definitely listen to it if you can. But it was really good to read the book, and I quite enjoyed it. My next read, and I'm so nervous for this one, The Last Letter. I'm going to be starting this tonight. I'm scared. Rebecca, if you make me cry, I will not be happy. I'm an emotional person, so if this makes me cry, I ain't going to be happy, because most people I see who are reading this, they are crying. So I hope that doesn't happen to me. So I don't know what else to say. My honest review. Don't pick it up. If you can't handle heartbreak, if you're emotional, don't pick it up. But if you love the emotional stuff, then I would recommend it. Chapter 4. Devastating. When I read at the end of chapter 4, it left me staring at a blank wall. And I'm only on chapter 6. What is she going to do to me for the rest of it? You can tell I'm devastated because I could barely even talk about it. It's so emotional. I'm on page 65. And I'm struggling. Guys, I thought I'd give you an update on the last letter. So I am currently on page 126, and so far I am loving it. I can't put it down. I'm struggling actually to put it down, but I'm also struggling to read it because it's heartbreaking. You haven't really been seeing me film much for like the first 125 pages because I've been filming for something else. This is devastating so far. I'm really scared to read the rest. I just want to keep reading it, but I don't want to know. I don't want to find out what's going to happen in these pages. I'm terrified. Rebecca, what are you doing to us? Just to write something like this? Why? Why do you want to talk to us like this? Why? So I've got less than 100 pages. So I thought maybe I could film and give you my reaction. Let's get into it. I'm nervous. Really nervous. Currently on 352. So there's just a little under 100 pages left. I'm nervous. One of the twins. I love him. He's wicked. He's cool. Oh yeah, because that's fucking acceptable. That part really annoyed me. That was a mic drop moment. Do I want to read this? Do I want to continue? "24. I feel like I need therapy. That's how this book is making me feel. I need therapy. Just here, pondering my thoughts. Has anybody watched that episode of Friends where Joey and Rachel are reading those books and Joey gets scared and puts the book in the freezer? That's what I want to do with this book. I want to put it in the freezer and just pretend it doesn't exist. But I can't not finish it. But I'm so terrified of finishing it. Page 364, here we come. I just can't. I just want to throw it. What's this book doing to me? 6 months later. No. I don't think I can cope. I need therapy. I don't want that 6 months later. I want the story to end there. Happily ever after. Nobody died. Nobody left. Just happy ever after. I don't want anything else. 5 chapters left. This is where it's all gonna happen, isn't it? I can't cope. Chapter 26. We've got like 4 chapters left, I think. And I think there's a bit of an epilogue. So I'm gonna go grab something to eat, mentally try and recover for a bit, and then we'll finish it. So I'm back again. I've got 53 pages left. So I'm going to put myself through emotional trauma and we're going to finish this book. Let's get into it. Why do I have a feeling this is going to tear through my every fibre of my being? This is going to make me crash. how I feel about that. I need a minute. I don't feel all ready to talk about this book yet, but I need to get the editing done so the video can go out tomorrow. But oh my god, this book is absolutely soul destroying. Rebecca, honey, are you okay? Are you okay? You could have left them alone. I was quite happy thinking that this was going to end happily ever after. But no, no. You couldn't allow that, could you? I'm at a loss for words right now. A loss for words. That loss for words, I don't even know what to say. All I can say is, so for those of you that don't know much about this book, is there were two guys in the army. One is a brother, the other one is a best mate to the guy that's in the army. And he gets his sister and his best mate in the army to write letters to one another. So the brother dies in the army, and he wrote his last letter to his best mate, telling him that his best mate needs to go to his sister because she is going through a lot, raising two kids, and basically she needed someone to be there for her because parents are dead. So she basically is alone raising two kids, running a business by herself. So he leaves the army. After he dies, he leaves the army to go and be with his sister. I don't want to say too much because I don't want to obviously spoil it. So when he left the army, he goes to be with the sister. They fall in love. And yeah, a lot of stuff happens. The ending, in my opinion, was unnecessary. You could have just left them well alone. Well alone. They'd already been through enough. And you had to make sure that we plummet with the characters. All I can say is this. As much as it's made me sad, this is a work of art. Because I don't think there's ever been a book that's ever put me through as much emotions as this book has. And I've read a lot of books and a lot of sad books. I don't think I've ever gone through a roller coaster of emotions than this book put me in. I love the characters. Absolutely loved the chemistry. I loved all the characters. And I find it quite hard to read a book where you actually love every character. I think that's quite hard. But she managed it in this book. Anyway, I rate it 5 stars, of course. Why wouldn't I? And if you haven't already, I suggest you read it. If you like heartbreak, read it. Read it. That is all. One more point to make. I could not put this book down. I was terrified to continue reading, but I couldn't put it down. I read this book so fast. I just couldn't put it down at all. I really struggled to put it down. It was great. I really hope you enjoyed my first proper reading vlog. I think I managed to finish 2 books during this reading vlog, which I'm quite happy about. I'm not entirely sure which book yet I'm going to be reading, because I've got 5 more books on my May TBR, so I'm not entirely sure which one I'll be going for next. Whichever one I'll go with, you will see on the next video, the next reading vlog. I hope to see you in the next video. Goodbye.